every day you can figure out some other aspect of how to attack the issue. And I think that's what kind of helps it make it not as mysterious. It just is taking a while to get there.
College is working hard to become known as the zone for drug discovery and development at the university.
As we take the innovations that are made in the laboratory and help translate those into the clinic to where they can transform people's lives, save lives, that's really really meaningful.
And that's why I'm here, and that's why we have such large collection of outstanding scientists around us.
The reason that top scientists come to The Ohio State University is both our college's commitment and our division's commitments to their disciplines.
The conventional approach to treating cancer has limited effectiveness. It's mostly based on a combination of chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and those are associated with significant side effects because they're not very selective for the cancer cells. One way to solve this problem is to develop targeted therapies.
The majority of our work is lipid nanoparticle formulation. So there are nanoparticles that we can deliver different types of drugs.
What we do with the Alcan technology is to incorporate these oligonucleotides into a lipid-coated nanoparticle where it can actually have a biological effect.
Lipid nanoparticles can be considered as like small vehicles, bridging the micro-nano device concepts to lipid nanoparticle research.
So here's an opportunity to selectively target cancer cells. If you can selectively silence those genes.
There's a lot going on in the College of Pharmacy, and to be able to continue to see things go from the lab to the clinic, and then ultimately to positively impact people's lives.
The nature of my work is highly translational, so that means I have to work very closely with the TCO.
Dr. Lee is great. When he got to a point in his research where he had enough data to file an invention disclosure, he submitted an invention disclosure to the Tech Transfer Office.
And if they find potential value, then they would go ahead and file a provisional patent.
Once the patent application was filed, we then took it out to the market.
So the TCO is responsible for protecting the intellectual property and to connecting me with potential sponsors to bring in funding for research.
Ultimately, a license agreement is the result, and that allows the company to practice the university's rights in the invention and commercialize that work.
The relationship that Dr. Lee has with Rexan is definitely a model for future growth of the product.
I wasn't really aware of the close connection and partnership between industry and academia, but I've definitely seen that a lot more with my time here. I think it's really cool.
Our medicinal chemists are looking for the molecules. Our pharmacologists are working on the same level. We've got great interactions that are going on with our cancer center. We've had several products that are now in phase 1 and phase 2 testing in humans.
Cancer cells mutate, and there are so many different ways that it can defeat your therapy. But so it's going to be a long-term struggle. But new technologies being developed all the time.
When you have different minds coming together to figure out a solution, it seems possible.
I'm very optimistic about making a big impact.
They do hit brick walls, but they're able to jump over them and get to the finish line. What Dr. Lee is doing certainly lessens the scariness of the word cancer.